down the open shot.
Good steal.
Steal by Oliver. Stepped in front of Lute Abedius and
he's got it. He lost it. Oliver, coast to coast.
Oliver, coast to coast.
And Corey Price corrals it. And Oliver scores.
He has not let off the gas since.
Another turnover. This time Oliver in a 3-on-1 will take it all the way himself.
Hawk High School. Off another miss from Iona. Oliver wants to
coming off that screen. Got a little step, but had the ball stripped away. Oliver leading the break. Gets right to the
matchup. Travion Graham off the mark and a rebound for Dayton.
Dayton Brent is switching all ball screens.
Crashing his way down the lane. Fans want to walk. Sanford will come up with a loose basketball. Again, leading the fast break. Oliver.
Shot clock at 8. Robert Carter Jr. missing the jumper. And the finish.
Rebound, leaping high. Sanford has collected his third. Off to Oliver, sliding inside.
Stopping and popping is Putney.
That's a big miss, though, because we talked about that. Their shooting percentage in transition is when those numbers climb.
The game for Tennessee. Will McKenzie free and retrieved by Devin Oliver. From Kalamazoo, Michigan. Here's Price, Sanford. The aforementioned Oliver for three.
Up with the ball for Dayton. Probably would have been better for Cobbs to keep that. Nice pass. Oliver's open for
Price.
So at this juncture, even though they're down just 7, you can't go 1 in
Washington. Dayton once again looks to push with Price. Oliver again, same spot.
Down Flyers. Jordan Cyber. And a quick three on the way by Oliver.
job of choosing his defender on that play. Came off the screen. Kavanaugh had to switch. Allen much too quick for Kavanaugh, and he did a great job of pulling up for that jump.
Got his hands on the shot. Thought about the three, did Seibert. Kicks it outside. Oliver lefty.
Roberts has struggled a little bit on the offensive end of the floor today.
Oliver.
Another freshman, 6'8", out of Lumberton, North Carolina. He's a young man. They're really high on Scott. He's rather thin, but
because even as the players may get individual minutes, the lineup is always changing. With St. Joe's, it's not.
Oliver.
Comes Dayton, Sanford on the run. Over to Oliver, loses it on the floor, but
when he's on the floor, he's got the ball right now for the last shot of the first half. Oliver penetrates.
I'll tell you what, Derek, this offense just seems to run so much more smoothly when Scott's in the game. That's a good point. Because he's that athletic big.
Minutes left in the game. Winner will play Baylor tomorrow night. Won the semifinals, Syracuse and Cal.
Oliver had an open look from three, but passing. Here's the isolation. Same play as the last possession. The same result.
Fourth meeting all time between these two schools with proud basketball traditions. Flyers lead the all-time series.
friend from Bruin days, my good friend, ex-teammate with the Milwaukee Bucks. I told MJ I'd give him credit for that.
They wind this one down at Dayton by 5. Face up by Oliver. Goes to work on Mills. Turn the corner and flip.
Shooter like Seibert or like Price. Somebody's got to have dribble penetration and kick it to you. That means that Oliver and Pierre.
High defense by the Flyers on that possession. Well, he missed Seibert on that as well as he lost his man on the backside.
To stay out of foul trouble. They were shorthanded without Solomon. They cannot afford to lose Pravish in the front court as well. Very little depth.
Get wide open threes. He considers it a good shot. It's not a gimmick. It's not live by the jumper, die by the jumper. It's part of their attack. Look at the footwork.
Mastodons are a very experienced team. They have 7 returning players that started at least 2 games last year. So
Opening up a lot of open shots. Seibert missed after the drive. Kavanaugh got it back inside, and Oliver.
Just playing a little more zone here in the second half.
Son of A.J. II, who of course played 2 seasons for the Washington Bullets back in the early 90s.
You see them hitting the 3 there in the...
Down by 6. They trail by as many as 7 here in the first half. Oliver, French one inside. The double team Pierre. Oliver, a 3. UD with Pierre right here. Kavanaugh down low. Price on top. Outside, Oliver, the triple. Help.
Have found themselves in foul trouble. Coach Martelli said, without those guys on the floor, we have a hard time. Later, when I used my teammate at Duke, every bucket he scored was an enthusiastic display, and it was infectious.
There, but he has not been a factor, and I think he needs to be a factor for a rally. He only has 4 first-half points on 4 shots.
Dayton really packed in the defense, closed down the passing lanes, and Oliver an open 3, and he knocked the interior and kicking the ball back outside.
Team feeds off of this. This team goes hard all the time. He won't tolerate, Mike, any lack of effort.
This is where, if you're a flyer, you want to get the ball down low. Don't settle for a jump shot. Don't fall in love with the 3. Keep driving to the paint. There's a 3.
State Player of the Year at Riverside Academy. Coming off a 14-rebound game, and one of the few offensive rebound opportunities that Baylor's had in this one.
About the Atlantic 10, the Dayton Flyers, and Ole Miss getting all they want from Dayton.
Kavanaugh clears it. The Racers are back, so Dayton will have to pull out. Carey Price.
Their 2 best perimeter shooters. Oliver is open.
He has his legs under him now at Rhode Island, so they answered that question. Oliver.
NIT for the 3rd straight year. Last year, a little bit of a depleted roster. They were 17 and 14, and now this year.
He's got a nice chemistry. They're defending. They're playing very well right now.
That was a big win for St. Joe's, who's also on the bubble.
Oliver takes it strong.
For his 5th 3 if he had gotten it. But that was a smart decision and the right decision by Price.
Corner, Oliver. Look at the reaction. Dennis Hayes lost his shoe. We've seen this before.
Sanford's been good, hasn't he?
Oliver off the bounce.
Of a conga line to the free throw line, but not so today. Both these teams playing pretty free basketball. Open 3, Oliver doesn't take it. Draw.
With a wing ball screen, a slip, and then the second ball screen.
Dayton with numbers. How many times have we said that this afternoon?
And they need this one to go to get this game back in line.
Oliver.
That's a great...
3 fouls at this juncture. I put it back in.
Maybe it is the knee. Oliver pull up, connect.
Frazier, the senior. They lose 2 other seniors, but haven't played all that much. Really not significant time for them. Here's Oliver.
They're basically doing a 4-round 1 zone offense with a high post flash. Oliver able to put some points on the board for his club.
Rebels going zone. Flyers going inside.
Oliver catches in the short corner against Cumberbatch. Over the extended arm of Endoy. Missed the shot. Got his fans in brown and gold. Price. And a tip in. I'll try not to. That's my job. Pierre the miss. Back. Missed a couple of cracks at it. Oliver no. Oliver his own rebounds. Up again.
Up ahead.
Cybers the three. Nastic had a hand on it. Oliver takes damage.
And they do not. Here's the jumper from way outside. Long rebound.
He has a half dozen assists. Fourth in the eight-headed helpers at 4.5 per game.
Davis wide open three. The lefty short.
A good hustle by Oliver. Well,